Hey everybody, today is October the 8th, 2021. I'm Gene.
And I'm Zane.
And welcome to Hanging with Uncle.
How's it going, man? It's been a bit.
You know, it's been a couple of weeks. We took last week off.
Yeah, you went on a little vacation.
Yeah, I went to go see the granddaughter.
That's awesome, man. You had a good time, yeah?
I had a blast.
That's good.
It's just, man, I love that girl so much.
Of course. I mean, that's blood right there. It's your family.
You know, and I have to say, it was really good seeing her. It was kind of special this time. Mm-hmm. She's 7 years old. Okay. And she's very careful and wears her mask all the time and caught COVID at school.
Oh, man.
So she was recovered now and was able to have visitors. So it was really good to see her. And now that the vaccine has been given emergency authorization for 7 years and under, they are looking to schedule her to get her vaccine.
Well, good.
First. Yeah.
Ooh, I have a little tickle in my throat, but I also have some good vaccination news. My brother has his first shot officially.
Man, congratulations, man.
Man, it was a relief when he told me. So
shout out to Sean.
Yes. You know, hopefully he hears, but yeah.
Yeah.
Well, finally.
Today, this is again, so just to kind of kick things off, I don't want to party foul it. We have green poison on deck again, and I know we just had that, but you know, just to say it, it's always different because this one's coming in at like 16.7%.
I think we gotta start getting a little bit more variety. I had somebody actually recommend from the show. So, yeah, I'll let you know about the recommendation later on.
Nice.
It's a diesel, too. So.
Oh, you know how we do
diesels,
we
love them diesels, man. We love them diesels. Let's get it rolling. Green poison. I actually have a little vape pen with me, too, with some Purple Punch. I'm always iffy with Purple Punch. It depends on where you get it from. It's a drip cartridge, though, so it's actually it's flavorful. It's
nice. I like the Purple Punch. I remember the Purple Punch I brought back from California
when
I went out there.
Yeah, that Purple Punch was very good.
Let's say that 5 times real fast. Purple Puncher.
Woo-wee. So we wanted to start out with our favorite segment, right?
That's always a good place to start.
Yeah, we want to start with our dumbasses.
Man.
Of the last 2 weeks, I guess. Or week, but we'll still have one, of course. But
you go first.
Yeah, I have a very particular one. I saw it actually recently as a headlining story. And it's Playboy versus straight men. And it's kind of... Because you would think, wait a minute, what? Playboy's for straight men. Not particularly... If you would think that way, no, because now they have done their first, gay man on a cover. I think it was a cover of a magazine or on the website. I don't know, but he was the headliner. His name's Bretman Rock. Apparently, he's a YouTube celebrity or maybe TikTok, something like that, social media, whichever.
Right.
But yeah, a lot of straight men didn't like it and criticized, of course, because they're uncomfortable. And and that's why I'm kind of like hitting at those guys that are, if you're uncomfortable with something, there's no reason to be vocal about it. Just don't buy it. Just don't be around it. Like, that's simply that. You don't have to be vocal and criticize. And that's what happened. A lot of criticism went Playboy's way, but Playboy responded very well about it. They talked about how they received the same criticism when the first black female was on, when the first transgender male or female was on, so the person was on. So I mean, it's normal. So they're like, whatever. We're still gonna do it.
No such thing as bad press. So you talk bad about Playboy all you want. All you're doing is putting money in their pocket.
I give Brett props because one, the dude's chiseled. I'm gonna say it. He looks good. I wish I looked like that. But honestly, it's a lot of effort to look like that. So I give him his props and shout out to him for succeeding in something and being a first in something. It's a lot to do something like that.
Playboy has been known to break barriers.
Absolutely, they do.
Now, and here's something really interesting. I know Hugh is dead now, but as the founder of Playboy, he promoted a hedonistic lifestyle.
Right.
Which basically means all about self-pleasure. Mm-hmm. So, if you can embrace being yourself and have somebody accept you for who you are, that is the only thing that matters.
That's it right there. Ultimate love right there.
That's it.
That's it. I've always said love is universal.
So if you like Playboy, if you really want to get into what it's all about, then you really need to check yourself about having a problem with this cover.
Right. You know, you got to be supportive of change.
Thank you.
You can't be scared of it.
You got to progress.
Yes. Progressive. We think that way, right? We are progressive.
Yeah.
So shout out to Playboy. But, you know, my dumbass of the week are the dumbasses that are, you know, critiquing this and are upset about it. No, get out of here. I don't want to say anything too blatant about it. Your turn.
Oh, man. Mine's going to take a little time. Mm-hmm. So, I have another dumbass later on, but this one I have to go back because he would have been my dumbass last week.
Okay.
So, Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick.
All right.
Of the state of Texas, a Republican. I really don't even know where to begin with this story, so I'll just try and begin.
Okay.
There's a book called Forget the Alamo.
All right, a book.
And it was going to be put in the Bollock Museum in the state of Texas.
Okay.
Now, we talked about this. We skimmed the surface of this a few months ago when we talked about the source of immigration at the border of our southern border.
Right.
Okay. The story that we get from the United States is, oh my God, Santa Anna and the Mexican army rode across and attacked, you know, the United States Union Army in Texas.
Right.
And oh my God, we have to declare war on them.
Like San Antonio area, right?
Right. And that was the Alamo.
Okay.
So the book now is titled Forget the Alamo because the real story of what happened in Texas and why we have this problem and what Dan Patrick is getting his panties in a twist about is because it depicts the true history of Texas in a negative light.
Okay.
Because remember, in the 1840s, slavery was still legal in the United States.
Of course, yeah.
And if you read General Santa Anna's memoirs, he talks about when he came across to attack the Alamo and the United States troops, it was to free the enslaved people that were indigenous to the area.
Right.
So basically, let's just cut to the chase. We'll call them Mexicans, okay? Just so we can all be on the same page of who we're talking about.
Yeah.
And they don't want to talk about that.
Of course they don't.
And so for that reason, they banned the book from being put in that museum. And his rationale was that a museum is no place for a book.
That's it.
I'm like, are you kidding me?
I'm sure there's a Bible in every museum.
You know, I'm sure if I went to a museum, I could find something in bound cover.
There is something. No, that's ridiculous. That's crazy.
So because it depicts you in a negative light.
The Diary of Anne Frank belongs in a museum, correct? So
correct.
So there we go.
It's in the Library of Congress.
It's a fucking book.
Yeah. And, you know, I'm sorry. If you don't like what he's saying, you don't like what happened.
Exactly. You don't like the truth.
So, because I promise you, if somebody came into my house and kicked me out and said I was here illegally, I promise you I would come back and try and take my house back by whatever force necessary.
Right.
And then I'm going to be the one that's at fault.
Right, exactly.
But that's the picture that they have painted toward Mexican people.
Right, and they already have them
for 200 years.
Yeah, it's been going on forever, it seems.
So
stop.
Dan Patrick is not only a dumbass, he's a racist dumbass.
Yeah.
And he would have been my pick. Yeah. And it just kind of turned the page a little bit on and solidifying on what actually is the cause of our problem at the southern border.
That's crazy, man. Yeah, I mean, wow. It's a book. That's why it doesn't belong in the museum. Fuck that.
I mean, please.
Fuck that. That's dumb. Make your own museum. There we go. And put it up there. Oh, so you and I have some big talks. Big talk. Big business news. Big movement going on in this new industry that we've been talking about called the cannabis industry, right?
Yes.
We had 2 murders we're going to talk about that we saw that were some big eye-openers. One of them, Harvest, has finally been acquired by True Leaf. Correct? Yes, we've been talking about that for a while now.
And it was final on
absolutely yes
Friday or Thursday.
I think it was Friday. Thursday. Yeah, something like that.
Whatever the last day of the quarter was.
Right. It was like we said, last day of the quarter. We called that, predicted that. Yay! Yep. Pat on the back. We got it. We got on recording too, by the way. Now it's kind of we have a waiting period now. They're still buying, they're still investing, there's still more stores popping up. It's still happening. But now the reality of it is that we have to think of the bigger picture. Like we said, True Leaf owns the East Coast. Harvest basically owns the West Coast, with Curaleaf competing with them right now.
Right.
But it's not stopping. They're expanding more and more. They bought more land to cultivate the other day with a grant added on top of it. They were given $2 million or $2 billion. I can't remember. It was one of the two on top of a $10 million or $1 billion grant investment where they have more land to cultivate.
And not only that, did you see where True Leaf was awarded this factory, this abandoned factory, to turn into a grow house / dispensary? It's crazy what's happening.
Absolutely.
And again, I like the way my portfolio looked after the merger.
Yeah, absolutely. we did call it, like we said. We called it. It's happening.
And this is, again, just the
beginning, because we're still waiting for safe banking. We're still waiting for legalization. They're just prepping. They're prepping and prepping and prepping.
So, personally, myself, I'm more optimistic than I've ever been. Mm-hmm. Last congressional cycle, the House passed a marijuana legalization bill, and McConnell let it die.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're waiting for Senate, again, like we've been saying. Senate. But
this time, Democrats have control of the Senate.
And they're also asking the DOJ some particular questions. Like,
yes, I love the letter that Senator Cory Booker and Senator Elizabeth Warren sent to
honestly,
the DOJ.
Props to Cory Booker for being the open pot smoker, right? Yeah. Open pot smoker, he is. That's awesome.
In the Senate, absolutely.
Like, awesome. That's dope.
Hats off.
Hats off.
Got my support.
Yeah, absolutely. That sounds pretty. That sounds like good support right there. But then, like, the DOJ takes it off, right? What if they can just do it?
If the DOJ takes it off Schedule 1,
right,
decriminalizes it, decides
fuck it,
it's not going to be a thing.
It takes people out of jails.
It does so much. Again, I don't know where to begin.
Exactly. That changes everything.
Not only that, money would stop going to the law enforcement side of government, and would go more into research and development on the use of marijuana, this plant,
cannabis, hemp. We finally unlocked level 2 of the refinery for weed on our RTS game, and we unlocked it to where we have more plots of land and shit. Because like that's literally what's happening. They're building up and stockpiling, getting ready for something. Granted, we don't know how long it's going to be, so we're also getting ready and stockpiling for something. So it's a waiting game. It really is. But open your eyes and look and see what's happening. Some people are super ignorant about it right now. No, it's changing right now. Like, companies, again, are changing.
We are going into uncharted territory, man.
Companies are considered people, right? Or corporations. They are literally talking about how, we're not drug testing anymore. Fuck it. The NBA is not drug testing anymore.
Imagine when the Fair Banking Act passes through reconciliation. Just that alone.
Like, it really is a hurdle and a crutch for us. We smoke it for a medical reason, right? I have issues. I have pain. It helps my ADHD. It helps me focus. It helps me be able to talk to you in a podcast for longer than 30 minutes. Like, it's that kind of thing, It helps me. It's just, it's a crutch because it's illegal. Like,
and so for me, it's medical. I have arthritis.
Right.
But I can't take anti-inflammatories because of a kidney disease that I have.
I want to avoid getting a kidney disease from taking anti-inflammatories.
This is the only thing I can take that subsides the pain.
Because it's a natural anti-inflammatory. That's crazy.
And not only that, ever since I've started smoking this, since I retired, there's no more blood in my kidneys. So
wow, that's awesome.
So again, anybody want to write a paper? Right. Contact me.
And like you said, we don't know where to begin. It's like it changes corporations. It enables people to go and work. It gives you more opportunities. I can go apply to places that I've been wanting to apply at because they stop drug testing. You know, like it gives every people opportunities because there are people who are attached to the plant who use it for life. You know, I'm going to be using it for life. My girlfriend has understood I'm going to be using it for life. She knows we're going to have to live and adapt to it. It's going to be around our children in the future. We're going to learn how to teach them and educate them about it and so on and so forth. Big fist bump about it because that's a big adult decision. Like, I do have to be respectful and understanding that, like, you know, right now, again, I tell myself all the time, I'm a professional smoker. I understand my limits. I have my medical card. I don't drive around and smoke it. I'm very respectful to the boundaries that I have, but I need to be activated and enabled in my life to go and continue, you know? Other people need to be activated and enabled as well, especially those who work in the industry who are hindered right now. And they're making more money for our economy than most others.
You know, and just from a law enforcement's, you know, perspective, again, I can't count the times I've been to car accidents or domestic violence or public disturbances where alcohol was involved.
And that's a complete legal drug.
And not one time for marijuana. Not once.
It's a crazy thing. I've replaced alcohol out of my life with marijuana. Alcohol is like a specialty, a novelty. I'll have a glass of wine every now and then. It's not something that I look forward to do. You know,
I can socialize.
Right, I'm a connoisseur of weed. That's mainly it, you know. Like, yeah, I'll have a small wine cellar, but if you see my weed cellar, like next to it, that's me. Yeah. So,
my dream would be to buy some land, have a greenhouse, and you know, if you know me, you know the rest.
Exactly, man. We'll sit down and talk weed all day. You know, it's not like an addiction thing to where like, oh my god, I have to talk about it every blinking day of my life, or I seek to go do it every sinking blinking day of my life. I have a routine, and that's it. I go through a routine in life, and that's it. I ask to have my routine happen at peace. That's it. I want to be able to live in a place where it allows me to. I want to be able, you know, all that nonsense.
And just for the record, when I went to New Hampshire, because I was going to go see my granddaughter, I didn't bring anything. Nope. I didn't smoke anything.
Nope, you've had a.
But I brought some edibles.
You went on a hiatus.
I just brought some edibles, and I was fine.
Yeah,
you know, actually, I took care of it.
You said actually when you came back smoking it gave it a little pack a little punch, huh?
You know, my tolerance definitely, you could tell, had changed in 6 days.
It's a different tolerance when you go edibles to smoking. It's a different high.
It's like it kind of gives you just kind of something to maintain so you don't crash and burn, you know, pain-wise. But it's definitely not the same as smoking it. No, definitely
not. No, I agree. Another merger. We went off topic for a second, but we're back on the merger wagon. Sundial.
Still in the weed industry, though.
I mean, still true. Yeah, we're still on topic. Yes. Sundial is in the news, too. They purchased a penny stock. Purchased a company called Alcana. My gosh, I keep saying it wrong. Alcana. And they're a premier alcohol company that sells in Canada and British Columbia.
Well, British Columbia is in Canada.
Is that it, really? That's what. Oh, why are they separated then?
Well, so the difference in the east side of Canada is like the French-speaking side. It's like French Canada, Quebec, Montreal, Newfoundland. Yeah. And on the western half of the country, it's British Columbia.
Well, I still feel like it's proper that I have to say that anyways.
I just want
properly represent where
technical.
We're the short and the American way. And,
basically, Canada, the difference is the language. You can go to British Columbia and have no problem communicating.
I'm sure if there's a Canadian listening to us right now, they're saying thank you, Zane, for saying the two separate parties or whichever. But I mean, still, Alcana does sell alcohol, and guess what? Alcohol's legal here. Now, Zane's mind thinks of it this way as that's a door. That's an open door that we can just open up real quick, get our feet wet, because American companies are running the cannabis industry right now. They're taking hold. We were literally just talking about Trulieve. They're taking hold of places. We talked last week about Curaleaf not doing anything, and they actually did buy some land the other day too. So they're also investing and buying right now. So companies are moving and making moves for a reason. I'm pretty sure Sundial is going to use this alcohol company to hop into the U.S. early to try to be able to compete with these American companies that are hopping into the pot industry and waiting for legalization, just like Sundial is. So,
I believe that our news feed is not flooded with legalization news on a daily basis.
Daily.
Because something is happening.
Right, exactly. Like, we saw the effect of social media on this company. Like, we saw what retail investors did to this company and kept it afloat and kept it running. And the CEO himself even thanked them in a statement about it too. Actually, yeah, we'll pull that up. That he even thanked them. Like, he says, man, here we go. Too many companies are looking into the market. I think the retail investor needs to be respected and recognized as a market participant. We believe the support of our retail investor base has been key to the turnaround for Sundial. They're looking to produce better bud, which is the big complaint about the company right now. I'm going to be critical about it too. They're talking about their quality of bud, but like we say, people who just mass produce, like Nirvana, we talked about Nirvana as a company. They mass produced and their bud quality wasn't good, but it was bang for the buck. Right. You know, like there's going to be the Walmart company, so look out. You never know. Like, yeah.
And, you know, when it's legal in Canada and you can trade there freely, it's readily available. You know, we'd call it Reggie, you know, just like mid-grade, you know, middle of the road kind of stuff. It'll get you there.
And you're going to start somewhere, too. We talk about how every dispensary has a different type, a different way, and, like, Moo has really good concentrates. Soul has really good edibles. Like, we always talk about different companies having different things. Some are going to have a stronghold on others. We talk about fast food restaurants having better game than other games. Why is McDonald's talking about chicken sandwiches when KFC has their own? You know what I mean? That kind of shit.
Right.
Like, but there's different fast food chains. So there's going to be different representations out there. They bought a brewery.
It's going to legalize. It's going to legalize soon. And
a penny stock bought out a bigger stock.
And remember, it's only penny stock or pink sheet because federally it's not legal. You can in the states you can trade and do it. The states, you know, regulate that.
Right.
It's time to end it federally and open the American economy up.
It sounds like Sundial's going to find their way in no matter what. So, yeah, I think it's really awesome. Like, it's really wholesome too. I feel like honestly that's a big promise from the CEO too, because he sees us. He sees the retail investor, and he understands the power that they have. And we also understand it, too. We talk about the power of social media and investing. So
and this, like, Sundial is an enigma. It's SNDL, Sam, Nora, David, Lincoln.
Yep.
You know, on the ticker, if you want to look it up.
For those military heads, yeah.
Right. You know, number one, not only did they acquire Alcana, they also successfully they loaned $8.5 million to another company, and that was approved
out of nowhere.
They have cash.
They have backup. They know what they're doing.
And Sundial is today. I think they closed at 68 cents, and they're buying a company trading at almost $7 a share.
He even said we've learned from the AMC experience. We have seen like what can happen with a company revitalized, re-energized just through this alone. Some people are skeptical because of the balloon in stock, but I don't know, man.
You know,
it's hedged crazy too, honestly. Like,
if the Senate legalizes it, because the House also once again passed a legalization bill. If the Senate legalizes it, if the letter that Booker and Warren sent to the Department of Justice works and they decriminalize it, we are looking at a game changer. Again, man, we're going west of Westeros. We're in uncharted territory.
It's something we went through the buying experience. We've been bought. We've moved from the Harvest to True Leaf train, and now we're the buyee. We're the super penny stock.
Man, they have cash.
That's what they are. It's crazy. I don't know, man. They're trying to do something.
So legalization, Sundial is the one that is really, really predicted to benefit the most out of decriminalization or legalization here in the United States.
You got to pay attention. The industry is prepping. They're getting ready for it. Like, they're just getting ready for the door to open.
Yeah.
And the longer you hold the dam, the more water it fills, correct?
And we said a long time ago from episode 1, all you want is your money in the industry. And look, man, we haven't done anything.
They haven't. We've been sitting here talking about it.
Getting, making money.
Doing our thing. That's it. Just paying attention to life. That's all you have to do when you invest in yourself.
Yeah.
Pay attention to life around you and see what's changing.
And talk about that, on a side note, this is not something we have written down. I got to take my hat off to my middle son who bought stock in lithium.
Okay, cool.
Because lithium is what's needed to make these batteries for electric cars.
Yeah.
I'm just like, man, way to just jump in there,
Smart. He's a smart kid, man. Yeah.
And he's been successful. He's told me he's not lost.
Good. That's very good. Like, I hope my brother and his plans are going well too with solar and all the safe energy. Like, there is a future somewhere for you to invest into. That's what we talk about with investment. You want to invest in the future, man.
Green energy, marijuana legalization, things that propel mankind forward and save the planet are where to invest in the future.
And it helps you out too if you're safe with it. And you look into it and learn. And you find a professional and get and get advice that way and pay for it. Because we are not professionals.
No.
But we love paying attention to what's going on in the world of cannabis. Man.
It's done well for us.
It's done well. Absolutely. It's done well. I wanted to bring up something, actually, to do a little transition to it. I was on a little meeting on Twitter with some investors, some guys. We just openly talk. It's a group thing, whatever. There's about 100 people in there, whichever. I've had the podium a few times on there. And I did bring up Sundial, and one guy brought up this particular ceiling. He says he doesn't see anything happening with major investing through like the government, I guess, because of the ceiling. What do you have anything about like a ceiling?
The debt ceiling?
Yes.
Oh my God.
I guess that's what he was talking about.
So the debt ceiling is paying for the bills that you've already incurred.
Okay.
I mean, I hate this analogy, but if you have a credit card and you buy something on the credit card, the bill comes due. What happens if you don't pay it?
You have to pay more money.
Your credit rating takes a hit.
Right.
You get a higher interest rate. Your credit basically, goes in the toilet.
Yeah, you're basically your reputation in a way.
And that's where we were with the debt ceiling here, with the United States economy. But see, here's the thing to remember.
Right.
Your checking account, my checking account will end when we die. The checking account of the United States, in theory, should never end.
It continues forever.
So it's wrong to think of, I balance my budget versus what the American economy does with its budget. When I hear somebody talk about that, I know they just don't know what they're talking about. So it's about your credit rating and making sure you can pay your bills.
Right. I'm working on my credit now with a credit card that I have.
Right.
Yeah.
So Mitch McConnell, man, he's a fucking asshole.
Yeah, he's a grumpy old asshole.
He was saying,
he's looking like a turtle.
We're going to filibuster you passing the debt ceiling unless you attach reconciliation to it.
Oh.
And the reason for that is because when you go through reconciliation, you have to give the Senate parliamentarian a number. And the parliamentarian is not an elected person. They are someone selected by, the Senate, or the powers that be to do this particular job.
So not anybody in particular. It's a different person each time.
It's a different person with each. X amount of terms or whatever.
Oh, okay,
There's
so
different
that's a
parliamentarian.
Okay.
Right, and so the parliamentarian rules on what you can and cannot do with the budget, what you can and cannot spend, and what you can spend it on.
Gotcha.
And the only reason that they want to do that is so they can use it in negative ads against Democrats for next year in 2022 to say, look what Democrats did, attaching X amount of trillions of dollars through reconciliation and reckless spending.
They put us in debt and shit.
So it's they're the ones playing chicken with our economy. And basically Schumer told McConnell, we're not going to do this. So they finally flinched and do what they do best and just punted it down the road till December. So now we can exhale. The economy still rolls on. Okay. And we talk about the debt ceiling again in a few months.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, that's a good thing then, right?
But see, here's the thing in the long term. Think about it, man. We're talking about our debt, who we owe.
A lot of people.
And so, again, which nation owns the largest amount of United States debt? It's
China.
Japan.
Oh, is it Japan, really?
Japan.
Oh, shit.
China is 2.
I didn't know that.
And Saudi Arabia is 3.
Damn, okay.
So, imagine we don't pay our bills to China.
Oh, shit.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So thank you, Mitch McConnell, for being the best friend the Chinese have ever had in playing Russian roulette with our economy and the debt ceiling.
Damn. So you're saying they should have had it solved by now and be done with it?
It should have been done, period. It's like even when Donald Trump was president and they needed to raise the debt ceiling.
And it didn't happen.
Democrats were 100% on board with it because we don't mess around with the nation's economy and our credit rating.
Yeah.
But this is what Republicans were doing with the current situation because there's not a 60-vote majority. And Sinema and Manchin are unwilling to end the filibuster.
Yeah, just kick the can down the curb.
Right.
Yeah. Man. That's stupid.
So that's the debt ceiling. That's how important it is. And it has nothing to do with Biden's agenda.
Nothing.
His Build Back Better.
It's
This
literally
is all
keeping us
about
stable.
paying the debts that we have already incurred.
It's literally paying your bills.
That's it. That is it.
Bills.
Yes.
Pay your bills. Shit. I pay mine.
I mean, there are ways that things could be legislated where they end the debt ceiling.
I pay my commission fees. Like
there could raise the debt ceiling to $1 billion trillion or whatever. Just so we don't have to do this again for 300-400 years or whatever.
That's fucked. Yeah.
But they want to play games because it's all about power for them instead of being responsible and taking care of the nation's bills.
That's crazy. I didn't even think about it that way, but yeah, that's a big deal. The debt ceiling.
It's huge, man.
Deal. Japan being number one.
Japan won, yeah.
Wow.
But China and Saudi Arabia being 2 and 3. Mm-hmm. You know how much they would love to have a jihad, and come over here and have war against us infidels. Because we didn't pay our bills.
You didn't pay your bills.
Yeah.
We're going to lose hands because we owe them, Don't they lop hands off for stealing and all that nonsense?
They do.
It's not like a Red Dawn kind of thing. Have you seen that movie?
Yeah.
Where China comes in, and takes
That's
over?
The Soviet Union that did that.
Oh, is that Soviet Union?
Unless maybe the second movie was the Chinese.
I think in the newest one it was China that came in the second one. It's actually really good with Josh Peck in it. He's really good.
Yeah.
But anyways, off topic.
So yeah, that's the debt ceiling, man. And come on, for real?
For real, yeah. We got to pay attention to our bills, man.
Right.
You got to start paying yourself and paying your bills. We don't do that here in our country.
We don't play Russian roulette with our economy.
No, we don't, dude. You don't play with your money like that.
Because here's another layer of the onion to think about. Mm-hmm. You're also, again, what would happen to our money that we have invested?
Like, what do you mean? What would happen to it? What do you mean?
So you know how the market goes up and the market goes down?
Yeah.
Would the market go up or down if we defaulted on our credit?
Oh, it would go down.
And what would happen with all our money we have invested? Thank you.
Yeah, that's it.
So,
oh, shit.
But everybody's retirement money they have tied up in Wall Street through 401ks and IRAs and
what's the bank account that you told me to get? Roth IRAs. Yes. This is good
all those retirement accounts would fall apart.
That's
so in
sad.
2007, the last time we had that recession when Bush was in office, I lost like over $3,000 out of mine. My IRA. Yeah.
That's fucked up.
I mean, thank you, Obama. It rebounded.
Right.
But just think, man. The United States has never defaulted on its credit. So what would happen? That's just something else really to think about.
Yeah.
Thank you, Republicans, for wanting to take all my retirement money. All these gains that we did with all this talk that we've been doing about paying attention to your surroundings. Pay attention to this, people. Look what Republicans are trying to do.
Exactly. That's absolutely insane. I didn't even, you learn something new every day, Gene, and thank you for introducing that to me. Because I didn't know, we're in debt. I know we owe people money.
Yeah.
I know that's the idea. But I didn't know if we were working on that or not. Obviously not.
We are. It's like, it would be nice, really, to tackle the national debt. That would be great. Mm-hmm. And I think it can be done. I just think the easiest place to start would be where you spend the most, and that's where people don't want to have the conversation because no one wants to talk about cutting defense spending.
No one wants to do that. We're very prideful of our defense. Very, very prideful of our defense.
Extremely.
We're gonna get some NBA news in.
Absolutely, man.
The season's gonna start soon. You excited?
I like that video with Michael B. Jordan driving the bus,
man. The 75th video? Yeah,
man,
awesome.
That was tight.
75 years of basketball. That's cool. That's a long time.
Yeah.
I'm going to be able to see 100, I think.
Without a doubt, man. 25 years from now, it's possible I might still be around, to see 100.
But people live longevity, man. I mean, you look... Yeah, your age blows my mind every time you tell me anyway. So, but let's start.
Thank you, man.
The NBA. It is COVID news too, because honestly, I feel like when Rudy Gobert caught COVID-19, that's when everybody woke up about just it being something. Like the NBA is kind of tied in with COVID. In the weaving, they're patched in with it.
We had the bubble because of it.
Yeah, exactly. It has its own symbolism within COVID, and Kyrie Irving is being a problem. The man's not getting vaccinated. Now, Andrew Wiggins was also a problem. He did say he had no idea anything about the vaccine, blah blah blah. But he is getting his shots. He wants to play basketball. That's his explanation. I want to play basketball.
Thank you. Whatever the motivation is, you got a shot. Thank you.
Yes, I want to play basketball. I'm going to do it. Thank you, Andrew Wiggins. Kyrie Irving is still not vaccinated or withholding, or he's withholding information if he is vaccinated or not, but a lot of people know that he's not, or say that he's not. I don't know if personally even know if he's not or not, but he continues to refuse to get vaccinated. Kevin Durant did come out and say that he hopes that Kyrie Irving comes and plays for us. You would expect that, but... Like he's not even on the roster yet. But he is on the roster.
So deep, honestly.
Right. It's like he's not even on the roster, but he is.
Yeah.
The man's playing for your team, and you hopefully shows up and comes in. What? Hold on a second. But
so here's my thing.
Yeah.
If I'm the Nets and I'm Steve Nash, who's out there? Who really wants to play for a contender?
Right. They have Patty Mills anyways.
How about we need a point guard? I'm sure there's a deal we can make with Houston. Come on, John Wall.
Yep, absolutely. He wants to find somewhere. John Wall would be crazy cool with James Harden and Kevin Durant. That's honestly bad boy material right there. Because John Wall plays with a chip on his shoulder a lot, But, I don't know. Just, Kyrie's got to do something, man. He was only going to play, he's going to be a partial player, basically, on the roster. Because other stadiums aren't going to allow him to play, including his home stadium. He's going to lose about $300,000, they say, approximately here or there, every game he misses.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
In my opinion, from the point of view of a poor man, that's not very smart. I don't know how much money he has, but how well do you have to be to not care about losing
for anyone,
$300,000 a game?
Like it's not smart. I don't know, man. It's just he's got to do something. He really does. He's got to figure it out. But the Suns look good. They played well against the Lakers the other night. Yeah. Yeah, no Westbrook or LeBron, but no Booker also for the Suns.
Yeah, and the Lakers lost to New Jersey and Phoenix both so far
Brooklyn?
in the preseason.
yeah. But, I mean, it's
like you said, no Russell, no LeBron.
No Russell, no LeBron. I mean, they'll
very
work on
limited, AD time.
They'll work on their chemistry. AD looks different with the extra weight. He looks kind of goofier to me. But, I mean, he's put on the weight. He's trying to get bigger. I mean, maybe he's trying to dominate. I don't know.
More Wilt Chamberlain-like, you know?
True. Suns are having negotiation issues with DeAndre Ayton still.
That will happen before, tip-off of Game 1.
Yeah, 18th is the deadline for negotiations. Yeah. After that, he's a unrestricted free agent.
There's no way they're letting DA go.
No, absolutely
they will
not.
Sign him.
Chris Paul said he's not worried about it. He's like, it's just how negotiations work. It's the game.
Yep.
And he's a player association person, so he knows.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Exactly.
But, I don't know, man. I'm excited for the season. I'm excited for basketball. Definitely.
Oh, yeah, me too. We had a good season last season. I would be... we had a good season last season, man. We came close. We predicted Phoenix to take it all.
We did. Did we say what did we say originally? We did say Phoenix and Brooklyn.
We said Phoenix.
Phoenix
I don't
Milwaukee.
think we had. I don't remember. Maybe Phoenix and Philly. I can't remember.
Phoenix and Philly?
Might have been.
Maybe I can't. Someone will have to replay the tapes and tweet at us on our Twitter.
Yeah.
We didn't see if, what we predicted there. I can't remember it,
but I don't know. This year, I think Father Time has his thumb on the scale on the Lakers. I would be very surprised if they won it all.
You think
really
so?
would.
Yeah.
I would. Yeah.
I mean, there's still the beginning of the season to work on chemistry, mid-season trades, all that nonsense. Look for the free agents, all that good. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. We still have to watch the season go. We never know what happens. You never know. Like I say, basketball is a crazy sport.
It is.
It is.
Yeah. So I have to say I have one more dumbass.
Okay.
The one for this week.
Bonus. Let's go.
This it has to be said. This is a first-time, two-time dumbass.
Okay.
But this guy, he earns it, and it's Ali Alexander.
Okay, who's that?
And Ali Alexander, his name pops up because he's the one who was the brainchild of the January insurrection plot to storm the Capitol.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. And this is a result of the January 6th Select Committee in the House doing their investigation and finding records of who was organizing, who funded. And Ali Alexander, through search warrants and investigation, obtained a selfie of him talking, bragging about how he was the mastermind of the January 6th plot, along with 3 sitting members of the House of Representatives.
Oh, shit.
One, Mo Brooks, a Republican from Alabama.
Okay.
Paul Gosar, Republican from Arizona.
Matt Gaetz. Say Matt Gaetz.
And Andy Biggs.
Fuck.
Republican from Arizona.
Damn,
he spit their names out on blast. Like, these are the guys, and we're the ones that put this together.
Fuck, man. 2 people from Arizona.
2 people from Arizona. And Biggs and Gosar, they're both some racist pigs anyway, man. I'm not surprised. But Ali Alexander, for you to put evidence like that out on tape for the entire nation to see, you're a dumbass.
That's fucking crazy. They're about to find out sooner or later anyways. I mean, he just helped them out. Honestly, he really just helped them out.
Yeah, there's, as far as the January 6th, so a little bit of news, and then I think we should probably sign off.
Okay.
But, also, the January 6th Select Committee, midnight tonight, was the deadline for subpoenas for them to respond to subpoenas for 4 people. Mark Meadows, who is Trump's chief of staff, Steve Bannon, and a couple of other guys. But
gotcha. Okay.
Long story short, again, Liz Cheney ain't playing. These guys don't, comply with these subpoenas. There will be criminal referral sent to the Department of Justice.
Oh, shit.
And these guys could spend time in jail.
Here we go.
I'm telling you, they're not playing.
I've been waiting for it to be done. I've been saying it forever. I'm waiting for it to be over with. And finally, they're making their moves.
Yeah.
Man. Thank God.
So thank you, Ali Alexander.
Oh, dumbass. Also, quickie. I want to throw a little quickie out there.
Yeah.
The NFL's been looking really cool.
Yeah.
Arizona Cardinals are 3-0 right now. We may have just put a little hex on them, but that's okay. Like, I'm saying it out loud, but
honestly, I
Murray,
didn't give a lot of hope to Green Bay after the start they had, but now I'm like, really?
Yeah, they're looking sharp. Bills are looking sharp too. Like, what the hell is happening?
Right.
There are teams out there that we didn't think would be good. The Vikings suck. Dolphins still suck. But overall, the Browns are looking cool. They're looking awesome too. Like,
can't
Tom
believe
Brady
the Chiefs have lost 2 already.
I know. Like, Titans are falling. Some are building. So Cowboys looking good too. It's just, you never know. You don't know what's going to happen this season so far.
Yeah.
I know it's only week 4, right? Week 4, yeah.
This will be 5, yeah.
5. So, I don't know. I think it's going to be a cool season. I'm actually tuning into the football season this season. Because I like watching Kyler Murray play. I like watching Mahomes play. I like watching Brady still play and doing what he's doing. Watching that New England game was cool.
Yeah.
And going and winning in New England. But yeah. There's a lot of teams out there. A lot of new upcomers this week, actually. A lot of rookies are being called up for the new teams as well this season. Or this week. Goodness, I'm so high. This week. But, yeah. NFL looks great.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, man. Well, thank you for hanging out with us for this extended version of Hanging with Uncle.
Yeah, we wanted to extend a little bit of it for you guys because we did miss last week. We apologize. We didn't announce really, but it was actually a little hiccup. But it actually felt nice to kind of just digest what's going on in the world because we got a little bit more news than what we could have talked about last week and extended a lot. So it gave us a lot of detail actually to talk about. So
I agree. I totally agree.
Absolutely.
And there's some things that needed to be said, especially Forget the Alamo.
Oh, yeah. I appreciate that. That's really cool, man.
Yeah.
Go check out that book if you haven't read it, I guess.
Yes. All right, guys. Well, I'm Gene.
And I'm Zane.
And thank you for hanging with Uncle.
Follow us on Twitter, Facebook,
YouTube.
Download on Spotify, all the nonsense.
Yes.
Later.
See you next week.